I walked into the movie Naked Gun 2025, which was released on August 1st, directed by Akivia Schaefer, and I was ready for the kind of goofy energy the original had in 88, 91, and 94 that it pulled off so well. The movie wasted no time. We open with Richard Crane, played by Danny Huston, a smug tech mogul type breaking into a bank vault to steal the plot device. And this is PLOT. It is an acronym. They leaned into the obvious, as did most of the movies. This device is some undefined high-tech gadget that feels important enough to start a war, and in this world, it will. Note, there are spoilers in this walkthrough review, so buckle up. Let's get into it. The bank standoff gets interrupted while a little girl strolls into the scene from around the corner. Having seen some of this in a trailer, it caught me off guard as she pranced from around the corner and into the bank, with all the cops outside yelling at her to stop, to back away. Once inside, she pulls off her face in a Mission Impossible style reveal, and it's Lieutenant Frank Drebin Jr., played by Liam Neeson, casting gold. From the first line, he's dead serious in the middle of absurdity. That mix works, and the movie leans into a roller coaster drop instantly. The gag doesn't stop there. The panty crotch shot that follows might be one of the boldest reintroduction to this franchise you could hope for. Next up is Chief Davis, played by CCH Pounder. I just love her. She's got the gravitas, but she's not above playing into the ridiculous tone. Given Frank's distracted take on trying to solve the heist, she benches him and his partner, Captain Ed Hecker Jr., played by Paul Walter Hauser. He's the ideal co-pilot for this nonsense. Wide-eyed, game for anything, and riding a streak of solid movie appearances over the past 18 months. The silliness rolls on with mugshots posed and taken like glamour shots, conversations with framed photos of their dead dads, former Naked Gun stars, including an OJ callback that satisfies. True to the original, Frank drives through barricades, is seen walking past officers hauling in arrested kids and their lemonade stands, and the coffee cup, this one had me in stitches. You'll have to watch to see it. It's all fast-paced visual comedy and it keeps hitting. Beth Davenport, played by Pamela Anderson, enters Frank's office like she's stepping into a noir detective office with the silhouette frosted glass, reminding me of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Beth, a criminal novelist, is dripping with misdirection, but manages to set Frank on a trail again, linking her brother's suspicious death to Kane's operation. Richard Kane pops into focus during a fancy symposium he had orchestrated. He's surrounded by admirers and he tells a story about his travels. Frank joins the group, which eventually moves on, just leaving the two of them to discuss the case. This scene is not safe from gags either. The red light therapy gag here is one of the film's standout, where Frank ends up in one of Kane's more eccentric tech demonstration areas. There's this sleek, futuristic chamber glowing an intense red, like a mix between a tanning booth and a sci-fi teleporting pod. Inside is a completely naked man standing there casually as if this is the most normal thing in the world. Frank walks in mid-session, does a double take, and then immediately tries to act like he's seen it all before. The camera never lets you forget where the lights are shining, either because the glow hits every inch of him in a way that's both ridiculous and impossible to unsee. It's an awkward and uncomfortable scene for Frank, who's trying to maintain his composure while trapped in a conversation with Kane and a fully exposed stranger. Our gaze lingers just long enough to push us and him from awkward to absurd. It's one of the first big, okay, we're in Naked Gun territory moments of the film. This scene also helps you to show that Frank is all about the old days, not gadgets or sci-fi gimmicks, much like Grandma learning Facebook. When Kane then lights a cigar with a Bengal print matchbook, it's a callback to a piece of evidence from earlier in the movie where a car crash also had evidence of a similar matchbook. Also, Kane, played by Danny Huston, wears a suit like a Givenchy tailored suit, sharp and part of his off-screen personality, one has to assume. The next day, Kane gifts Frank an electric car. He sends it to the precinct, even has a charger installed apparently. It's like if Elon Musk's worst ideas came to life. Crushing hands and doors, ignoring safety protocols for plugged-in cars, all of this causing a prison break. It also doesn't help that Frank falls asleep at the wheel while the car drives onto sidewalks and then begs him to take over. We've been there before in real life, right? Put your hands on the wheels. Busta Rhymes. He shows up out of nowhere to a pleasant surprise. It's quick, it's random, and he looks just like his 90s self, slim and sharp. He's one of the guys in custody that was an armed bank robber at the beginning of the movie. He's interrogated by Frank as his vest camera captures quite the struggle of the day before confirming visual that he was in fact in the bank. The next big scene brings Kane into a government level meeting where he reveals his true plan, the plot device, which stands for Primordial Law of Toughness, will turn people into primal killers. Weird Al Yankovic is there too, because of course he is. He's there supporting Kane's Project Inferno while promoting his new album. One of the best bits is when Chief Davis suspends Frank while laying in bed next to her husband. It's literally to the point of absurdity because she gets a phone call about Frank and then demands that he shows up right now. Then he did, in her bedroom, while she's still in bed. Freshly suspended, Beth and Frank's love for each other explodes when we skip ahead in a love montage between them. From a snowy cabin to love romantic moments to a snowman that gets frisky and then deadly. I love the continuous unseen twists in this movie. That's what really makes this movie magical for me. But the magic turns into the menace when Kane hijacks Frank's smart car as he drives it through the city, steering it towards an endpoint in the river. Frank narrowly avoids disaster by swerving around clowns with balloons, bees with beekeepers, and a pair carrying a windshield, which ends up replacing the one Frank spent time shooting out as he tries to exit the vehicle, but not before the stubborn AI takes a shot too. There's even a Spirit of Halloween gag, which again had me in tears. One minute it's the squad brick and mortar building, the next it has one of those Spirit of Halloween banners hanging from it. It's the type that we usually see right after the 4th of July going up in the most randomest of places. The finale is set at a WFFC fight where Beth sneaks into Kane's skybox to shoot him, but Kane outsmarts her. Not to be outdone, Frank is also at this event and is searching for the plot device hidden inside the giant New Year's Eve's balls. Yes, they look exactly like glittered testicles where, appropriately so, he falls in head first with half of his torso and leg extended above. A perfect moment for the next gag, losing his pants. He goes full Monty in front of everyone because why not? This all forces Kane to expedite his plans by triggering the device and the chaos ensues. Then comes the owl. Now, I gotta stop you here. I was thinking to myself, there is no way this bird is big enough for Frank to get in or on top of and fly, but I was wrong. Instead, it carries Frank with its legs in a dive bomb attempt to catch Kane as he flees on a motorcycle. This bird is supposed to be representing Frank's father's spirit, apparently. This was dumb, not absurd. It is one of the negative critiques I have of the movie, and if this is the only one, I'll let it fly. See what I did there? Frank's stand-in for the end of the fight, played by Kevin Durant as Sig Gustafsson, is a great touch and made up for the owl. It all kind of wraps up with Kane in custody and Frank and Beth back together. She hesitates with a gun on Kane, but lets him live and deactivates the device. Overall, Naked Gun 2025 is a solid reboot. Liam Neeson plays Frank straight, which makes the ridiculous role around him even funnier. It's a different energy from his usual role, and it works. The movie is goofy, fast, and just self-aware enough. Exactly what you want. It's exactly what you want for a night at the movies when you're not looking for anything serious.